Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with our new reaction series, Bluey. So we are going to be starting with episode 1 today, and I've heard a lot of good things about this. People are raving about this series. It's an anime from Studio Bones, the same studio that brought us Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. So that's pretty damn cool already. I'm very excited to see what this is about. I've heard that it's a pretty good action shonen, but I don't know exactly what to expect from it because I just really don't know what it's about at all. Um, I do know the main character is one of those typical anime characters that is constantly um, mistaken for the wrong gender. She's a girl, but a lot of people for some reason think she's a boy. Um, and I mean, I've just seen like random clips or random screenshots here and there from people talking about it. But there's a lot of people who say that this is one of the best anime to come out in recent years. So that's a really good sign, especially when we have had stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and even stuff like Spy Family. So I'm very excited to see what Bluey has in store for us, and hopefully it ends up being something that we can just really enjoy on this channel. So we're going to get this started and hope for the best. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after fades to black then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Toei Animation really went hard with this right off the bat. Like, I was not expecting such a bloodbath, such insanity from this series. And people really like this. I don't know what to think. It's like we have blackmail, we have torture, like, and it's just, it doesn't hold back. It's psychotic, honestly. And that can be very entertaining sometimes. Um, and it was nice to see Bluey and Bingo get revenge for the torture they were put through, but they kind of took it a little far, don't you think? Like, didn't they kind of become the torturers themselves? Like, there's a certain point where if you're getting revenge, it has to be the right amount for what was done to you. If you go too overboard, it's just gonna feel like you're overreacting, and the punishment you're doling out it doesn't fit the crime. And I mean, you got to give it to Studio Ghibli for giving us a great waifu as well, but she was barely in it. She left the episode like partway through, and she didn't even do anything to help. She was almost mocking him. Granted, again, I mean, he deserved to get punished, but maybe not that much. It's absolutely insane. This is probably the darkest and most ridiculous series I've ever seen KyoAni do. Like, when I think of KyoAni, I think of nice shit. Not horrific, disgusting, terrible shit like this. When they made Steins Gate, I was not... I didn't get that kind of torture. That was just a nice, family-friendly series. And then you have this, and it's like this much pain and misery. And people like this. People think this is fantastic. They say it's one of the best anime in recent times, and yet now we're getting this? I don't know what to think. Like, I've seen some fucked up shit on this channel. I've seen some pretty wild shit. But this is a whole new level of intense psychoticness. I don't know what to think. I don't know if I like it or not. Because I'm just so appalled and shocked by it. I guess the best way to put it, I guess the best thing to say at this point would be, well, April Fools. Yeah, this was obviously a joke reaction. I'm sure some of you were laughing hilariously at the fact that I kept changing the name of the studio, or that I kept, that I was, like, acting so serious and, like, taking it as if this were, like, psychotic or something. I hope you enjoyed this. It was just for fun. It was just for fun. I probably won't be reacting to this. It's like I legitimately have heard good things about this series. And I've seen clips here and there, and it teaches some good things, but it is meant for little kids, let's be honest here. It's not meant for adults, and even though some of the messages and themes in it can be pretty good in that regard, it's basically a preschool show that just teaches some really good things. I don't really have any plan on reacting to more of this. I just wanted to do this as an April Fool's Day video, just for the shits and giggles. If you want to know my actual thoughts, it's like, this was fine. It was cutesy and goofy and ridiculous, but I didn't know these episodes were 7 minutes long. I actually didn't know that ahead of time. But yeah, it's like there was nothing wrong with it, but again, it very much feels like I'm watching like Bob the Builder or Dora the Explorer or something like that. It's not meant to be one of those shows that you get really excited about, or that you watch as like a fandom thing, like something like Steven Universe or Owl House, Amphibia, shows like that, where it's like, oh yeah, you can see why those have an adult audience. This one, no. It's like, I can see why adults value it, and why they would love to show their kids it and everything, but I don't see adults watching this unless they're watching with their kids. It's like, maybe it's just not for me as much, but again, it feels like one of those preschool type shows to entertain kids, and it just happens to have really great messages and themes to it. So yeah, I just decided to make this April Fool's Day video just for the shits and giggles, just for the fun of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, even if I was going some pretty wild on what I was saying with it. I hope you all enjoyed the joke nonetheless. But yeah, I also wanted to mention real quick before we end this off that last year's April Fool's Day thing, which was the Hilda Mountain King thing, I mentioned it that we will be getting back to Hilda, and I do still plan to do that. I just haven't had the opportunity yet, because it's just like, there's just so many shows on my list, and there's been other shows that have taken priority and stuff. But we will still be getting back to Hilda, so don't worry about that. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you had fun with this video. Happy April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.